Duncan Chessel, Managing Director of Altitude Minerals, ASX code ATT. Today I want to share with you the big changes that have happened in the company over the last 10 months, including the name change from Copper Search to Altitude Minerals. In January this year, we were sort of faced with a difficult situation where we had spent a few years single project focused in South Australia on IOCGs. We'd tested all of our valid drill targets, and we had hit one IOCG of around 600 metres at just under 0.1% copper, but that wasn't going to move the needle for anybody. So we needed to kind of reinvent and rethink our strategy a little bit. And fast forward 10 months to today, and we've got a compelling pipeline of drill targets across United States, New South Wales and South Australia. So a big reset, and those commodities that we've picked up, those different drill targets or projects in copper, gold, silver and opportunistically heavy mineral sands. So just if you want to take away what is it Altitude Minerals is about, what is our business strategy, we're basically around using the highly experienced technical team and people we have around us in our company to identify unrecognised opportunities for that large-scale discovery success that can lead to that big capital growth event for shareholders. So that's really what we're trying to do. We've spent a lot of time this year building that out, and we're really well set now for the next 12 months going forward with drilling ongoing, waiting on drill results from a recent target, and I'll get on to some of the projects in the pipeline in a second. We've got a lot going on in the company. Please do come and visit us at the booth and talk to us in more detail about some of the projects. I won't have a lot of time to go into those, but I think what we do with one of the other things we do is we rapidly move from target identification, quick validation step, we raise funds and we put the majority of those funds into drill testing, what I call the large scale, the mine discovery quality drill targets. And that's certainly, there's a couple of those in front of us right now, and we're actually drilling on one of those down in northern New South Wales at the moment. So I want to get into a little bit about that, but before I do, just our cap structure and cash at bank. We just finished a capital raise, and those funds have just come in this morning. So we're well cashed up. We've paid for all of our previous drill programs. All of that money is for forward-facing programs going forward. And we've just acquired a number of projects in the last couple of weeks, paying final cash payments and shares. So we're now fully set. That cash is all going into drilling in the ground going forward. So how do we build our pipeline of quality targets? And I think some of that is, we had a strategy of identifying that we wanted to be in in-demand commodities, and in demand that were going to be there for a long time. Copper and gold, silver, they're going to be required and have been required for centuries, and certainly those are good ones to look at. We do have a look at some uranium opportunities occasionally, but we haven't dipped our toe in the water there. Favourable jurisdictions, North America and Australia, at the moment that's our sort of swimming pool that we're going to look to play in. Profitable mines in the region, or that the geological domain that you're exploring in is fertile and has demonstrated profitable operating mines. So why is that important? It tells you that the social licence is available, you've got a mining jurisdiction that's going to support what you want to do, and if it's operating profitably, the type of mineralising systems that you're looking at are probably of the grade and tenor that is going to give rise to a good result for shareholders, and the economic scale potential. So we look for those large untested exploration spaces where we can kind of get in there and make that big large-scale discovery. So what are we doing at the moment? As I alluded to, we're actually drilling. I've just drove over from northern New South Wales on the top of the Macquarie Arc, where we've been drill testing our Byrock project, which is akin to, we're looking for the next North Park. So a big large-scale opportunity there. Heavy mineral sands results pending, talk to that in a minute. But we're also very keen on our Firenze project in Nevada. So a big opportunity in front of us there. We've just finished the final transaction on the acquisition, all done, 100% owned now. We've been out on the project again in the last couple of weeks, and we went out there with a guy who just retired from Nevada Gold Mines as their resource manager and previously VP of Exploration. And he walked around, and this project hasn't been drill tested. No one's actually done much work on it. It was in a wilderness protected area for a little while, just came out. We picked it up off of a project generator. And after 2 days of walking around on site, this guy who's got a lot of experience in Nevada and our geos, he just turned to us and said, you just got to drill this. Like, how did you get this project for a start? But you've got to drill this. We've got high-grade multi-ounce gold and silver at surface in a completely undrilled epithermal system, which you just don't get in Australia. Nevada is just like a smorgasbord for explorers. It's a fantastic spot. So lots going on, lots of targets in front of us, but the Macquarie Arc, Australia's premier porphyry gold copper system or province, and so that's an area that we've been keeping an eye on for a while, and earlier this year the opportunity came up to put our foot on the Byrock project through JV with Nimrod Resources, and we're looking for sort of one of those other, the project we're looking for that's akin to what we're looking at is the North Parks that Evolution Mining owns. We're looking for those pencil porphyries. They're for a unique sort of style of porphyry system. And so what we did is we went out and flew some air mag, and we had a bit of a look to see whether or not we could see this cluster of porphyry systems. So in here we've got target T47 there, where there was one old drill hole from 1978 that CRA drilled, and they intersected, and this was before the pencil porphyries or the porphyries of Macquarie Arc had been discovered, or around the same time as E26 had been discovered at North Parks. And people didn't really quite understand how these systems manifested, and that there's often a big, large intrusion with small little apotheses around that, and those are actually often the mineralised ones. So we flew this mag survey, we processed the mag, and there was a big, broad intrusion there, and there was a little apothese of mag intrusion sticking up. And this has got cover over it, so no geochem anomaly, deeply weathered horizon. So we're out there drill testing this one plus 7 other of them like it. And what they discovered in 1978 is they hit this, they hit a quartz monzodiorite intrusion, which tells you that it's with a B vein in it. Just had a little bit of pyrite in it, but it said there's process there. And when you look at what North Parks is, the E26 deposit, it's this tiny, skinny little pencil porphyry thing here with the mineralisation all around it, and the big intrusive rock, the high potassium calc-alkaline intrusion that's right next to it. Effectively, like what they've drilled there, and one of these little things sticking up to the side, that's where all the mineralisation is. So the footprint of these things is only about 170 metres by 300 metres across, so they're small. So a great opportunity, and that's just one of the things we're going after this year. Eromanga Basin, again, an opportunistic project that came up. We've been out there, drilled that, and I'll probably go into that one a little bit more detail if you want to come around and visit on the booth, but assays in the lab, and we've got planned follow-up ground magnetic surveys to follow up the strand lines we identified in the last round of drilling. So assays to come. It looks very interesting. Nevada Silver and Gold, this is the Firenze project that was sort of espousing its virtues earlier on. A big opportunity here. This project, Nevada is a great jurisdiction, produces 70% of the gold of the United States, ranked number 2 in the world by the Fraser Institute for mining. It's a fantastic spot to be positioned. As I said, there's outstanding rock chips have been collected. There's been no drilling on this project at all. Really, it came about because Origin Royalties, their business model is to go out and stake opportunities all over the world, and they don't actually do a lot of work on it after they've said, oh, that looks like a good idea, we'll grab that. They hadn't mapped this properly, they hadn't identified. They'd look at these east-west structures that were coming through. They didn't notice the north-south cross-cutting features, and these big sort of, I guess they just hadn't recognised quite what it was. So when our team went out there, we're like, wow, you've got a 1 to 2 to 3 million ounce potential just in one particular structure. So we've got to get out there and drill test it, get the RC rig onto it and see where we go. So we've got a lot of work in front of us this next 12 months, cashed up, A lot of news flow to come. Drilling at the moment on the Byrock pipes. We've got another deeper diamond one in December will kick off. Results coming through, and then drill testing in Nevada next year for a high-grade epithermal gold-silver system.